Oh, yeah. We're back. We are back. Sunset Rewind, postseason honors special show. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. It feels good to be back in the studio. It's interesting. The season came to such an abrupt end when all three teams got bounced in the semis, and we're sitting there the next day going, what do we do? It's over.
It's so good to be back, and a great day. We got good news. We got the NFL Network on behind us. Damar Hamlin has made remarkable progress in the last 24 hours, so God bless him. Obviously, God bless him. Thoughts and prayers to him and his family, and we hope that Damar has a speedy recovery, and we just wish him all the best. But we got some postseason honors we got to talk about here for the Sunset League. A lot of awards for the best football conference or best football league in the United States, right, Coach?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, when you're playing in the best league and you're recognized as one of the best players in that league, it's pretty special. So this is something that all these players can be proud of.
Yep.
And we're going to kind of go through all of that. But first, we've talked to a lot of these players. We've talked to a lot of the coaches and the parents about the scholarships or lack of and just how shocked we are.
Yeah.
Because it blows me away when I look at some of these players on the field, how they haven't been getting more offers. Now, we got Coach Hedig and Coach Griffin from CDM coming in. We're going to do a separate show, and they've got a showcase they're going to promote, and we're going to talk about it real quickly here before we can get to the awards. But it is an amazing opportunity to get a scholarship, whether it's at the D1, D2, D3. There's a lot of money out there that they can't give away. And so if you're one of those players that hasn't gotten that scholarship you thought you're worthy of, you're going to have another chance to earn one. And so we'll get into that. In fact, Cole, can you pull up that first slide? And again, we're going to talk about this more in our next episode, but
money signs everywhere there, Coach.
Yes, I mean, $40 million in scholarships. You're going to have a lot of coaches there from Division II, Division III, NAIA, community colleges. The students average $31,000 per winning. It's going to be February 11th at 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's where you register. So pause that. You can either go to the
at the Great Park in Irvine. You can't miss that place. Huge.
Yeah, and we'll give more details about it in a few minutes when the other coaches come in. But it's a great opportunity. Like I said, there's a lot of guys that we think are worthy of scholarships.
And that the coaches at the bottom, John Griffin of CDM, actually Dan O'Shea, that should be updated. He's now at St. Margaret's, so congratulations to Coach O'Shea.
Yeah. We'll talk about
on that opportunity. So either one of those gentlemen could help you, though. But this is an amazing opportunity. This is for all those student athletes who still wish to pursue their football careers in college. And there's, like Coach Pottios said, $40 million in scholarship aid. Looking at Division II, III, and NAIA colleges, plenty of great football programs out there, and community colleges as well. So what a wonderful opportunity.
You have nothing to lose. So let's get into this. We got some players to recognize and acknowledge. Let's go ahead and go to we'll start Fountain Valley.
Fountain Valley.
Second team all-league. Who do we got?
Matthew Mina, Michael Rocha, Kyle Wynn, and Nolan Olivares. Only a sophomore and getting all-league honors already as a sophomore.
That's kind of the one that sticks out to me. If you're a Fountain Valley fan, you got to be excited because you've got a quarterback getting all-league honors, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of position you can build around. So the fact that he's coming back, they can get some key players around him to step up. You got to be excited if you're a Fountain Valley.
They got 2 more years of him on their team, and he's a great football player. I mean, the future looks bright for Fountain Valley.
Yeah, he's only going to get better. And then, of course, first team all-league goes to Ben Fan and Kane Elroy.
But even more importantly are those awards that they received. We had the opportunity to go to their banquet,
right.
The Fountain Valley banquet, which was wonderful. Thank you so much to
Jill
Elroy and Coach Gutierrez for having us there. The Michael Musso Award is a very special one, and
as is the Doug Thompson. It's basically former players who had passed away. It's a big deal.
It was very emotional watching Michael Musso's parents present that award too. It was really awesome, and kind of did remind you, of how precious life is, and football is a great vehicle and a great teaching tool in life. But you could see just Barron Nation how much passion and love they have, for their football program. And it was really an honor to be at that banquet. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, so thanks for inviting us. And these guys will have their names on a plaque forever associated with that school and those 2 players. So that's something very special. By the way, 2 guys who definitely could go to that camp and possibly parlay that into something more special. All right, let's head up the coast a little bit to Huntington Beach High School. What do we got? First team on, second team all league. What do we got?
So for second team all league, we had Dylan Weber, Brendan Soleo Jr., Zachary James Jr., Tyler Young Jr. That's a lot of juniors, and Dante Bell, the quarterback transfer from Catella. First team all league, Nicholas Labata and Nate Taunuu.
Let me just go ahead. I was going to say the junior signifies that they're juniors, not like the son of. I should have.
That's funny.
But
well, still a lot of juniors. Though,
I bring that up only because you got three guys.
They got talent coming back.
Yeah, they're defensive back / linebacker players. So, you think about the league and how
you're a junior too, by the way.
Well, I'm a junior.
Myron Pottios Jr.
That's right. But with all these quarterbacks graduating receivers, now you got a strong secondary. We know Huntington Beach is a physical team. Now they can kind of load up against the run, knowing they're going to have three guys on that back end to defend against the pass next year. So if you're Coach Brown, you got to be excited about the future. Of course, Nick Labata, his dad, we got to know him. He was always on the sideline with the camera.
Yep.
In fact, he was one of our players of the week.
He was one of our players of the week. And the Oilers had made a CIF appearance. They made the playoffs this year. So, with three juniors coming back that are very talented like that, hey, future looks bright for them as well.
They got another player coming back, and how about these two guys?
Ooh, AJ Vandermeer, first team all league, third team all county, and then of course the younger of the Taunuu brothers, Justin, co-offensive lineman of the year, and he's already gotten offered by University of Washington, I believe.
That's right. So those offers are going to continue pouring, but again, another junior coming back. So again, they've got some talent. They should be excited about that. I'm really glad AJ got recognized with some all-county honors. He actually had my play of the year. There was actually two players. He was one of them. And back then, that was when they were playing Long Beach Wilson, I believe. He'd come up to make a tackle. The guy got through, and they were going full speed in opposite directions. He turned around 180, not only chased him down, tomahawk chopped, forced a fumble, recovered it. Now, back then, that's before we were doing it with huddle, so I was on the sidelines. I so desperately wish we'd been up top, though, so we could really broken down and appreciate that play, but it was one of the best hustle plays I saw. So again, here's another player, AJ, who I think would go to that showcase and really benefit.
He can help a college. I mean, he's lightning fast, has great hands, runs good routes, knows, the spread offense inside and out that they had.
Track guys, got like a 4.0. So again,
he's going to help some college.
He checks all the boxes for sure. All right, let's head south to Newport Harbor.
Anchors away, Sailors. Second team all league, Josiah Molina, Cameron Danoon, who's a junior.
We know his dad, Cypress guy.
Trey Regetz, Dave Flores, also a junior, David Flores, Garrett Emerson. And then the first team honors go to Colton Joseph, who's, I'm sure, glad he transferred over. Worked out well for him. Well. Josiah Lamarque and Robbie Kroll.
I'm really glad to see Colton Joseph got some first team all league award honors, because remember, this was a very quarterback heavy league.
Yes.
And we were wondering you got Razor, you got Nelson, you got the Awad, and so how are they going to find room for all these guys? But they found a way.
First team all league in Sunset basically means you could probably be in the MVP of about 10 or 12, 15 different leagues.
100%. And he played like that. Got us into the semifinals, had an outstanding season. So big shout out to him. And then as we move on, who do we got?
Wow. We got a lot of guys getting some even bigger accolades. Noe Avalos was the punter of the year.
Yep.
Carson Diavolo, co-defensive player of the year, Sunset League. First team all-county. Orange County, well, let's just say it's the best high school football in the entire United States.
Yeah, if you want to argue, we can say Texas, Florida, but Southern California is, I would argue, the best, but you can say top three. That's fine. But if you're first team in the best region of the country, you're a special player. It's that simple.
And Cash Money, second team all-county, first team all-league. Like, just looking at these guys, those are some guys, like I said, they would have been MVPs in other leagues. So first, congratulations, Sailors. Wow. And they got a
job well done and a career well done.
A career well done. Lamarque coming back, though, next year. Lamarque, that's maybe the early favorite for maybe player of the year in the Sunset League next year.
There's a lot to go between now and then, but certainly he was a heck of a ball player, and the fact that he's coming back, it's got to be exciting for the Newport Harbor Nation.
And the importance of special teams, you always talk about that. The fact that they have Noe Avalos getting punter of the year, special teams contribute so much to the success of a team and a program. So congratulations to Noe.
Well, remember,
as
they had an outstanding defense, so when that punter can get you good field position, there's a lot of value in that. Certainly, special teams, 1/3 of football. All right, let's head on across town to CDM, who, by the way, has got a new head coach. Coach Hedrick will be coming in.
Congratulations, Coach Hedrick. And, while we're on the Sea Kings, congratulations to Coach Dan O'Shea. 80, 18, and 1 in 8 years there. His record, 80 wins, 18 losses, 1 tie, 3 trips to the CIF championship game, 1 state title, 1 CIF title, and I believe 2 league titles as well. What a career.
And it makes all the sense in the world. He'd done everything he could possibly do there.
Yeah.
He's moving closer to home. If I'm not mistaken,
San Juan
he's heavily
Capistrano,
involved with
right.
his, his faith, and so now he's at St. Margaret's.
Yeah.
His wife teaches there. His kids are somehow associated. I mean, it's a perfect fit for him.
And Kevin Hedrick is a brilliant football mind. This is a great opportunity for him, and the Sea Kings aren't going to miss a beat.
No, I think it's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
And, now we have another team to cheer for, I guess, so we'll try to catch a couple of those. Not like we're not busy enough, but,
So CDM, they're all league guys. Second team, Zachary Shannock. Colin Penny, who's a junior coming back. Another early odds-on favorite for league MVP, I think. Vincent Menard, who's only a sophomore. Aiden Walsh. Zachary Giuliano, who's only a sophomore. And Grant Schreiber. First team, Mason Kubicek. No big surprise there.
Yeah.
David Razor, who's headed to UC Davis to continue his career in college football. Brady Sarkeesian, son of Coach Steve Sarkeesian
we were able to confirm
Texas.
that. I saw the text. I'm like,
he was on the
that has to
sideline
be
in one
him.
of the games
Yep,
when
yep.
Texas had a bye.
Yep.
And Russell Weir, also a junior. So the Sea Kings have some talent coming back for Coach Hedrick to build on and start his reign as the head coach there.
Well, remember, coming into this season, the 2 guys that they really were going to depend on were Sanders at running back, and then Merriman at tight end.
Merriman, right?
And then Colin Penny steps up at the running back position, really took charge that second half of the season. He'll be back. Zach Giuliano, the tight end, filled in for Merriman, and he got all league honors. So you talk about how tough it was to lose those players, but clearly they had depth at those positions because the younger guys stepped up and earned all league honors. So that's a heck of an accomplishment.
And they were a CIF Division III semifinalist.
Yeah, and they ran into a really good, undefeated
Yorba Linda team.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it's got to come to an end. And unfortunately, it did for them in the semis, but an outstanding season nonetheless, and a lot to look forward to.
They're gonna be a major contender next year. I mean, Los Al's got a lot of talent coming back, but Edison, CDM. I mean, they're gonna challenge Los Al next year for the
forget
supremacy in the league.
Aiden Walsh, that was your guy.
Yeah,
do I need to retell that story?
Yeah.
After you picked against CDM in the Battle of the Bay.
That's right.
And he called you out on the sidelines.
Because I picked Newport Harbor.
And he's been one of my favorite players ever since.
Number 24.
All right, good job, Aiden. Way to call out Mr. Dull. And then how about this? Let's have a look.
All right, defensive back of the year. Defensive back of the year in the Sunset League, Oliver Ayala. Do you know how good you have to be to get defensive back in the year in the Sunset League? So congratulations, Oliver. Christian Brooks, co-linebacker of the year. That's amazing, too. And then Chase Horton, co-offensive lineman of the year. So you had 3 guys from CDM getting player of the year awards in the Sunset League.
Well, remember, my other co-play of the year was by Chase Horton, one of the best blocks I ever saw, where he took about 4 defenders on that play to the outside.
Oh, where he just kept getting upfield and going to the next level. That was beautiful.
One of the few linemen to earn Sunset Rewind Player of the Week, offensive lineman. So that in of itself is an honor because, it's hard to really find linemen dominating unless you're really breaking down huddle and watching. And for our show, we're really just looking at highlights.
You know what?
He caught my eye.
You and I were in college, but there's always those iconic moments when like a player does something that sells the award. Like the one that comes to mind, obviously, is Michigan, Desmond Howard doing the Heisman pose.
Right.
And when he did that, it's like, oh, he won it. Your video of Chase Horton probably won him that award. If other coaches watched that.
If I was Coach O'Shea, I would have brought that video and said, look, guys, I'm nominating him. This is why.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it becomes a no-brainer.
That was an iconic moment for Chase Horton, and boy.
And he earned it. And he had a great game
it.
the week before. I remember Coach O'Shea talking about that before he was even on our radar. So congrats to him. And then here we go.
First team All-County and Receiver of the Year, Cooper Hoke. Boy.
Receiver of the Year.
Deserving of that. Receiver of the Year.
In the Sunset League.
In the Sunset League. First team All-County. I mean, boy, this guy, if you're a college coach, this guy better be on your radar. This guy will help you. Cooper Hoke, get him on your radar.
He reminds me a lot of a guy named River Craycraft who played at Santa Margarita.
Washington State.
Had a great high school career, but was kind of under the radar for whatever reason. Played at Washington State for Leach. Had a nice, solid career. Just kind of happened to make it in the pros. He played with the Dolphins and Niners. He's still around. I mean, Cooper has the potential to be one of those guys. And here's another guy where I think going to that showcase would really benefit him.
And by the way, God rest his soul, Coach Mike Leach.
Yep. Tough loss.
Ryan Nielsen, second team All-County, first team All-League again. First team All-League Sunset League, and All-County in Orange County. I mean, you have to be a dude.
Well, clearly he is, and the coaches felt that way. All right, let's move on up the coast just a little bit to Edison.
Edison Chargers, second team All-League. Jake Giles, Luke
Of course,
Jones.
the possible son of Jay Giles, right?
That's right. The Jay Giles band. Malachi Pierce, great defensive back. Dylan Waters. Noah Thompson, who's a junior. He'll be back next year. And then first team All-League. Carter Hogue, no shock there.
He was almost underrated in a lot of ways. I felt he did so much for that offense. I mean, of course, he had talent everywhere.
Yeah.
But he really did a great job running the ball, and filling in the shoes for Fletcher the previous year. They thought that'd be a big drop-off. But
lightning fast. But what always impressed me about Carter, he had great vision. Yeah. He had great vision when he ran the ball. Mason York.
He'll be back.
Once again, I've said it a couple times, that's an early candidate for league MVP next year, Mason York. Tucker Tripp, and of course, Logan Gregory. The Chargers well represented in the all-league meeting and all well-deserving.
You know, Tucker Tripp's an interesting story because he probably statistically had a better junior year, and we saw him play live in the preseason against, I think it was Milliken.
Milliken, yes.
And, I mean, he lit them up, and it was like, wow, this guy
His dad, good friend of ours, too, a good friend of the program.
And I think what happened was other guys on the team just stepped up so much because teams were focusing on Tripp that allowed other guys like Hurley and York and Carter to really – I don't want to say have breakout years, but have the phenomenal years they did because, a lot of attention was paid to Tucker, but he was an outstanding receiver. Even though statistically he didn't have the kind of year that he did the previous year, the fact that they recognized him as first team all-league tells you all you need to know about him.
Shows you, how much respect he has. And Carter Hogue, be graduating, but the Edison 1 program, wonder if that'll be continuing on.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll reach out to Grandpa and see what's up with that.
They do a great job,
Yep.
All right. Second team All-County and second team All-League, Makai Sagayo, he's a junior, so he'll be back. Nathan Gates, second team All-County, second team All-League as well. Zachary Gruel headed to Washington State.
No, that's Nathan Gates going to – did I put that in the wrong one?
Oh, Nathan Gates, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Zachary Gruel, co-offensive lineman of the year and first team All-County. And then Parker Awad, offensive back of the year, which, basically quarterback.
Yeah.
And second team All-County. There's another guy. If you're a college – find Parker Awad now.
Yeah, and the coaches got a little creative. I'm glad they recognized all these quarterbacks because they all are deserving of first team honors, player of the year honors, offensive, however you want to title it. But they got creative, and that was good because deserving. But I'll tell you, Zachary Gruel, we talked about Saggio and Gates a lot, but he kind of snuck up because offensive lineman of the year, first team All-County. They had 3 All-County linemen.
Yeah.
I mean, that Charger offensive line was phenomenal this year.
I mean, first team All-County. I mean, think about that. Once again, Orange County, probably the best county in the United States for high school football.
And remember, you got Mater Dei in there. You got Michigan. I mean, there's a lot of other good schools.
Right. You got the entire Trinity League except for St. John Bosco.
Right. So, hats off. Good job.
So, some other awards, Nicholas Preston, kicker of the year. So that's back-to-back for him, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, back-to-back. Congratulations, Nicholas. Jackson Irvin.
Mr. Everything.
Irwin, defensive lineman of the year. Yeah, I mean, his offensive prowess was impressive.
I would have called him all-purpose player of the year, but that's okay.
Swiss Army knife guy, right?
Right.
Dom Lopez, co-linebacker of the year. Dom Lopez, for me, was probably the hardest-hitting linebacker we saw all year, just in my opinion. And I mean, you talk about a guy flying the ball. Reminded me of Ray Lewis. Just all over the field, flying around.
3 guys that really stuck out, and I could mention every linebacker. McCutcheon from LaSalle, Dom Lopez, and Kane Elroy, I thought were just phenomenal linebackers. And you could just see the way they played their passion. Dom came in here, was a great kid. Again, another 4.0 student. Again, checks all the boxes. Congratulations to him. And then your boy,
Ashton Hurley. First team All-League, no doubt. And I'm glad he got county recognition.
Me
Third
too.
team All-County. He definitely deserved that. Yeah, Ashton Hurley,
he stepped up in that
didn't
that
end up
first
getting
round
that
game
Charger
against,
tattoo, but
I know.
Maybe next year.
Maybe someday. We'll throw out another incentive. And remember, he lit it up against Orange Lutheran in
Absolutely.
that quarterfinal game. So good for him. All right, last but certainly not least, the 3-time
Los Alamitos
league champion, Los Alamitos Griffins. Let's go.
This is a long
we
list,
needed
but
multiple
well-deserving. So second team All-League, Zion Servants, a freshman.
Yeah.
Rick Kerrigan, a freshman. Anthony League, a sophomore. Carson Clark, a freshman. Makai Stewart, sophomore. And Ryder Trujillo. Dude, look at that. 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on second team. And
Ryder, I apologize. I typed a T in there on accident. I'd edit it right now, but that's Ryder Trujillo, not Trider.
First team All-League, Gavin Porch, Isaiah Dorsey, Capono Mao, Chase Grossfield, Manoa Falpusa, and Jamiron Tron Baker. So look at that. Between first and second team, you have 5 freshmen and 4 sophomores. Those guys are all coming back next year.
Look, I remember being a freshman in high school, and the varsity players looked like men.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the cheerleaders looked like women. The fact that you're even on varsity as a freshman, even a sophomore for that matter,
dude, first
and starting
and
and getting
all-league.
all-league honors, are you kidding me? I mean, you talk about a group to build around. Yeah, I mean, Los Al's not going anywhere.
Phenomenal.
So big shout out to those players. Job well done.
So we get to the county and awards, and the big awards here. Alfonso Leomidi, co-offensive lineman of the year, first team All-County. Wow.
That's about as good as it gets for a lineman.
Caleb McCutcheon, who will be back next year, co-defensive player of the year.
I want to say one thing about that. And I was a little shocked because if you're co-defensive player of the year, how are you not at the very least third team All-County at that position?
Especially in Sunset League, yeah.
Defensive player of the year in the Sunset League, but you're telling me that's not at least third
that
team
would be a
All-County?
good question for Steve Fryer or Dan Albano.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Caleb. You're only a junior, so I would hold a grudge this whole off season. I'd do one more lap, one more sprint, one more bench press, one more squat is a little extra incentive because you're coming back with all that experience. And believe me, you are now on the radars. You might not have been going into this year. And remember, Los Al was so star-studded. Yeah. It's very easy to be good and kind of get lost in the mix.
They're like an all-star team.
You're one of the returning leaders.
They're literally like an all-star team. Ethan O'Connor, first team All-League, third team All-County. And our guy, Shin Brennan, second team All-County, first team All-League, going to the San Diego State University.
Definitely have an excuse to tailgate to that school now.
Absolutely.
So we'll be down there. And then
Aztec Pride.
The big 3. What do we got?
Wow. Damian Henderson, first team All-County, offensive player of the year. No shock there. An absolute tank at running back. Speed, vision, doesn't mind colliding, making impact. Just a stud of a running back. Colorado State is getting a great running back in him. I can't wait to see what he does at the D1 level.
Malachi Nelson, Makai Lemon. I mean, we got USC, Colorado State, 3 D1 players. Phenomenal career for Malachi.
Any shock there? Malachi Nelson, first team All-County League MVP.
Yeah.
And Makai Lemon, first team All-County All-Purpose Player of the Year. Could not be more happy or proud for these guys. We know that met their families several times. Just wonderful people, and I can't wait to watch these two connect at USC. That's going to be something to see.
How do I watch that game? You talk about torn emotions. But,
yeah.
I'll find a way, somehow, some way. So, Cole, can you just pull up that last thing? If you haven't had enough football, we got one more big event before the season officially comes to an end, the North-South All-Star Game. What do we know about that, Coach?
Saturday, February 4th, 2022, at Davidson Stadium, home to Newport Harbor High School. So this is going to be a great game. We know both of these head coaches very well. Rick Feldman of Cypress and, of course, Peter Lofthouse of Newport Harbor. This is going to be a great game if you want to see some good quality football. And these are all seniors in this game, so this is like basically the last hurrah, one less opportunity to play some high school football before they go on to college or go on to whatever career path they're going to do in life. And it's always a great event, a lot of fun, a lot of emotion, and I had the opportunity to coach in this game in 2011 when the Cypress staff had it. Coach Mike Cobley, who's the defensive coordinator at Los Alamitos, was our head coach at Cypress back then. And coaching that game was fun. You get to work with kids from all different high schools in Orange County, and it was a very
we'll be there filming,
experience.
Taking notes, interviewing some players, so it'll be a good time.
It's a great event. I highly recommend that you get out there and go to that game. February 4th, Newport Harbor High School, right centrally located in Orange County, so it's convenient for everybody, whether you live in the north or the south. Just go to the game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So to all the young men in the Sunset League, congratulations on an outstanding season. Congratulations on the awards and the honors you earned. And believe me, I do emphasize the word earned. It was an amazing run, an amazing season, and God, it's great to be back in the studio.
God, it's good to be back
and,
here.
I'm ready for next year. Let's
I
go.
am too.
Let's go.
Let's roll. Good job, guys. Congratulations to the seniors. God bless you all. We wish you all the best in life as you move on to college or whatever it is you're doing after high school. Just remember to always enjoy life and have fun.
See you soon.